Sir, this is the you have been supporting the students who got rusticated. This is to revoke this rustication, and you have been in the forefront of the movement. And even the cello, or even cello EFLU, or even the Occupy Vice Chancellor's chambers. Yesterday you were arrested also, and you said, "Is this a democracy? Is this a university which has? Is there a democracy in this university?" You were asking. So that as a senior most professor, how do you see, in your experience, about the past and the present?
I have been a university teacher almost for about 40 years. And I want to talk about myself, but then to put it in a perspective, put it in a context. That I worked in 2 central universities, both University of Hyderabad and Maulana Azad National Urdu University. I worked in Osmania University, where I've been a principal of the college, where I've been the dean of the college. I've held several protests, several dharnas. All along, anyone who has been violating the autonomy of the students, autonomy of the teachers or professors, I have been in the forefront. But when you contextualize what is happening in English and Foreign Languages University, is absolutely shocking. We have been waging a protest.
Why is it shocking?
Shocking because, I have never seen that kind of a police. We were only about, 125, 130 yesterday on the campus, because I was on the campus by about 10:30 or so. I was not even allowed to speak even one word. I said, well, students are there. We would like to meet her. We would like to negotiate with her. And immediately they said, you are arrested. Under what law? Under what act? We were not aware. And we were about 5 students who were taken in a very, very rickety lorry, absolutely in a bad condition. They pushed us into the vehicle, and then we were all taken. We were first taken to Uppal, we were then taken to Ramantapur, then we were taken to Adigmate, then we were taken to Ambarpet, then we were taken to Nampally. Ultimately, they told us, we are taking to Nampally. And in the process, because several students knew that, I was also arrested, and I was getting telephone calls, and I was talking over the telephone. And the police thought, that I was mobilizing people, perhaps, I was calling people, and, students are calling me, other professors are calling me. They seized my telephone. That's where, we were not even allowed. And then, I was also holding my laptop, then immediately I put my laptop back in my car. These kind of things, do not happen. What are we talking about, freedom? A professor, a teacher, a student cannot even have, not only my mobile, all the 125 mobiles, yesterday were taken away by the police. We were not allowed to have any kind of interaction till about 6 o'clock. And the police does not even allow us to make, one telephone call from the police station. And they are saying, sir, if you make a telephone call, our DCP will object, our ACP will object. You cannot even talk. In police station, there is no proper water. They were not willing. They were not even willing to go out, get a bottle of water. They were not willing us to go out, order for a cup of tea, because we were all taken. Many of the students, of EFLU yesterday who came in, they did not even have their breakfast. Several of them. So many of us, did not have anything to eat, till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. That's not important. The way they are functioning is of enormous concern for all of us in this country, because this is a central university where they are not even allowing us to have our voice. Forget about having a different kind of a voice, or I don't want to radical kind of a voice. They are not even allowing us to have a voice. And if you look at this particular event, so undemocratically they have done it. They have not referred to any committee. Committee has not taken a decision. Students were not allowed to appear before the committee. Their opinion was not sought. They are not telling us, what that report constitutes, who are the members of that particular committee. And for the last 10 days on EFLU campus, there are about 125 to 500 police. On 12th, there were 500 police. Yesterday, there were 500 police. The entire academic activity of that university got dislocated. Students cannot use the library. Students cannot use hostel facility. The hostel facility has been cut off. All the iconic symbols which are there on EFLU campus have been removed, have been destroyed. We are not going to be keeping quiet. And as part of this protest, we have also unveiled, Dr. Ambedkar statue. We are not going to be keeping quiet. Anything is going to be happening to that statue. We will not allow them even to touch. Look at, when you take, the series of events, which have taken place on EFLU campus in the last 2 months, is a clear indication that, absolutely there is no democratic atmosphere. The university is not functioning according to even the ordinances and statute of that university. An emergency meeting of the Executive Council has never been convened. Yesterday again, 10 of them have met. Only 2 students were called in for negotiation. Is that the way? 10 civil society organizations which have been in the forefront of leading movements in Telangana have given a representation. That representation has been given on the basis of their requests. 10 professors of the university have asked us, and we have given a representation. They said, they will consider our request sympathetically. I said, do not use the word, sympathetically. It is our right. It is our demand. We are not asking for any kind of a sympathy or empathy of you. And we have given a representation on the 12th. Till now, there is not a word from the university campus. They are not even willing to negotiate. When any kind of a dispute takes place, we expect them to negotiate. That is where I said I am shocked the way anti-democratic manner this university is functioning. There is no norm, there is no regulation, there is no act, and they want to run the university only with police force. And students of this university and several students of other universities who are participating, several professors who are participating, we are not going to be keeping quiet, and we are going to be making this a major movement in the country.
One clarification is, not clarifications, some points I have some questions.
Yeah, please.
You are alleging that the university is not a democratic space, and the university ordinance is not followed, statutes, and even an emergency meeting has not been conveyed by the Professor Sunaina Singh, who is the Vice Chancellor of the English and Foreign Languages University. So she has been appointed by a search committee with a lot of procedures followed, and she is a reputed scholar. I think so. Reputed scholar with so many publications. Recently she wrote a book on, I think, the president from Rajasthan, I forgot her name, Pratima Patil. So that she also been awarded a best administrator recently in Bangalore, at least a NGO. So that you mean that such a reputed person doesn't know how to rule the university?
Number one, it's a good question. Let me make it my point very, very clear. It is, whatever I am saying is not an allegation. I have read the statutes of the university. I worked in 2 central universities. I know the act. Number one, any kind of an action before the university takes. So that's why I'm saying it is not an allegation. They should refer to the statute book. The statute book clearly says that they must constitute a committee. The committee should ask the students on whom certain charges have been framed. In this particular case, even charges have not been framed. Committee did not have any kind of a mandate of what they should examine, simply because a melee has taken place on that particular campus, and because a glass has broken. No one has an idea who broke that particular glass, and the committee did not even give an opportunity for the students who have been rusticated to appear before the committee. Natural justice demands anywhere in the country that you must give an opportunity for them to appear before the committee. So in that kind of a context, I would say that what I am saying is not an allegation. They have to follow the rule book. We will abide by the rule book. We have also given in our representation saying that constitute a proper committee, allow the 3 students who have been rusticated to appear before the committee, let them give their explanation, take their explanation to consideration, and then on the basis of the evidence you have collected, you go about initiating an action. In this particular situation, that has not happened. That is why we are saying that rustication is anti-democratic, absolutely 100% illegal according to the statute of that particular
the present
university.
Vice Chancellor did not follow the rules and regulations?
Absolutely she has not followed. Okay. On the basis of knowledge, on the basis of awareness, on the basis of reading the statute book, on the basis of questioning the proctoral committee. I also met the proctoral committee and I asked them whether did you follow this procedure. Yes, we have not given them an opportunity to appear before the committee. I said, how do we take? Natural justice anywhere in the country demands that you must take their version, you must take their opinion. The second question which you asked about, saying that there is a committee, there is a search committee, which is constituted, or a selection committee which is constituted to look into the credential, to look into biodata. Well, the whole thing, according to me, as a professor, I'm saying, I have also appeared for several interviews, to become a vice chancellor of several central universities. I appeared for one such interview only about 15-20 days ago. The whole thing is rigged. The whole thing is dubious. The whole thing is dubious. The kind of publications, etc., which you have been talking about, they do not even look into those kind of publications. Someone who can do lobbying. Several vice chancellors are appointed in this country only on the basis of lobbying. Whether they have written in a biography of someone who is in power, whether they can go and meet HRD minister. I am saying this as a senior professor. I have been a professor for over 25 years. 25 years. And on the basis of lobbying, on the basis of trying to meet several kinds of people, they become vice chancellor. Not on the basis of their academic credentials, not on the basis of their merit, not on the basis of administrative experience. If you are talking about this vice chancellor, she does not even have 1 day of administrative experience in this university. She comes from Osmania University. Look at her biodata. Someone needs to have some kind of administrative experience in terms of understanding how universities go about functioning. That is why, because she does not understand the functioning of universities, she is trying to use as ruthless power through police, and she thinks she can go about running the university. We as intellectuals, we as civil society, we were all assembled here. We are not going to be allowing her to run this university in an anti-democratic manner. Anti-democratic manner. She must follow the procedure. She must follow the statutes of the university. We are in favor of that. And why are we participating in this movement? We want to democratize universities functioning. We want to make them autonomous. And if universities are not going to be functioning in a democratic manner, that is where leadership emerges. And Nelson Mandela emerged from there. Obama, with the President of America, emerged from a university campus. And university's role is to empower them, to give them power, rationality of mind, ability to protest. And the university is suppressing our voice, suppressing our democratic demands. That is where this is a larger issue in this country. We want universities to be democratized. There must be participatory method of functioning, which is there in the statutes of the university. We want all the procedure to be followed.
So last, a small question. So that what is the interest of the Vice Chancellor or the administration of under the leadership of Professor Sunaina Singh to rusticate these students? What is their interest?
The interest is very, very clear for them. They do not want a dissent. They do not want an alternative voice. They do not want any student to question. If you look at the background of these students who have been rusticated, they have been raising the protests. They have been talking about how the university and administration has been functioning. They have been highlighting certain malpractices and irregularities which have been taking place in this university. And that is why they do not want if you do not rusticate these 3 students, tomorrow it will be 10 students who will be protesting against the system. They do not want any kind of a voice, an alternative voice of the student. That is why they are doing it, because they want to have total control of the university. They would like to run the university the way they think is right. They do not want any professor. They do not want any student to question. That is why this incident has taken place. This incident is not in isolation. Anyone who is in power wants to stifle the voice. They want to stifle the voice of these 3 students so that tomorrow no one is going to be protesting.
Okay, wherever we go, they ask us a question. Okay, EFLU students are protesting. Professors from outside are protesting, like OU. And yesterday, Osmania University and HU and MAANU professors got arrested. Where are the EFL University professors?
Well, that's again a very good question. In fact, if university professors are not going to be protesting, nothing is going to change in this country. As academics, as intellectuals, we have the freedom to protest, freedom to write, freedom to demonstrate. It is rather surprising for me. A central university of the stature like English and Foreign Language University, professors are not coming into the forefront. I only hope that all of us will become some kind of an influence on them. We will become some kind of a role models for them. They come and participate in this kind of a democratic activity. No action can be taken on them for participating. However, anti-democratic way she may be functioning. She seems to have said the other day when the EFLU Teachers Association gave a representation, she seems to have said, quote unquote, I will continue to destroy this university and go, rather than surrendering to the pressure of civil society, of the student. Is that the tone? Is that the tenor someone has to be taking? What is that civil society is asking for? We want to come and negotiate with you. We want to come and talk to you so that our concerns and problems can be resolved. That is what we are asking for. Even that they are not willing to discuss. So that is where our assessment is that universities have to work democratically. Universities have to empower students. That is the role of universities. There is a certain amount of idealism must be there on universities. And campuses, we are not going to be having ideology. An ideology which is not acceptable for them. A thinking which is not acceptable for them. We are not going to be keeping quiet. If this kind of a stifling goes, the movement will emerge in different kinds of forms. The movement has already emerged in a different kind of a form. The several symbols are there on EFLU campus. A statue of Dr. Ambedkar has already been installed, and millions of students in this country. Ambedkar is an ideologue. Ambedkar is a role model. Many of them want to become Ambedkarites. In that kind of a context, this movement is taking place in here.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Jai Bhim.